Hello guys, my name is Larry. First off, let me thank you for stopping into the channel, taking a peek at this old video here. We're going to be putting many more videos out there with tool reviews here in the near future. But today's topic is a 4.5-inch Drillmaster angle grinder purchased from Harbor Freight. Now I'm not by any means comparing this to a Makita because it's no match for Makita. However, let me tell you a little story about this one. Stick around the video and I'll show you how long I've been running it and how long it should last. Alright. First off, let me start off with saying it is super hot. It is about 101 degrees here in South Texas, and I've got a fan a little further away from me than normal, trying to keep the noise down a little bit, but we are going to have some road noise, and we're going to have a little background from the fan. It's going to make a little noise, but it's just impossible to shoot this video without that. Okay, today's topic, there you go. It's a Drillmaster 4.5-inch angle grinder. Picked this up at Harbor Freight, and if I told you how long ago I purchased this, and how long it's been sitting on the shelf, you'd probably think I'm lying to you, but all BS aside, I have had this over 3 years. I purchased this one 3 years ago from Harbor Freight, and I purchased this one. I bought two of them at the same time. They were somewhere around $10.99 a piece, I believe, maybe $11.99, something like that. And I figured for that price, you couldn't go wrong. I mean, if it lasted a year for that price, or somebody stole it, you wouldn't lose much. Now the quality of it is nothing compared to a Makita, such as this right here. I've had this Makita for almost 6 or 7 years. Now this Makita is a 9557 NB, right there on the tag. And I'll do some comparison to the Makita versus the Drillmaster, but only as a reference. As I stated, 3 years old. What I got when I purchased it from Harbor Freight, what you see in the box right here, is just like it is. Now it states 120 volt, 4.3 amp ball bearing mount motor, delivers 12,000 RPMs for fast stock removal. And it does do that, that's not a problem. Grinding speed 12,000, 4.3 amps is a draw. Ball bearing mount motor delivers. So it's got a ball bearing mount. Same thing, Arbor's 5/8-11 spindle with a 7/8 adapter. So that's a good thing. It does come with adapter, hopefully. We'll see when we open this one up. When you buy this from Harbor Freight, this is what you're going to get. Just like what you see right there. And of course there's the handle. It'll screw on either side, if you're left-handed or right-handed. Yeah, I bet you're wondering, 3 years? Hey, that's a honest to God truth, folks. Now, I do not see an adapter like it's talking about in here. All I see is the wrench, the spanner wrench, which is used to tighten. Well, let's put one on it. Tighten whatever you're going to be using on it. Now, I am pretty fond of these flapper discs. I call them flapper discs. Zirconia flap disc. Now this is good up to 13,000 RPMs, and it's 120 grit. Size is 4.5 by 7/8. Well, you see, this is what they're talking about for the adapter. But you need to make sure that this area right around here will sit down in there and hold that flapper disc and sit it on the shaft. Now on this side it's got a little ears here. It goes down on there and locks that in place. And then this goes on top of there just like so. Now I'm going to be curious to see if once we tighten this up, is it going to hit the guard? Put that nut on there. So you got to make sure you got it set down inside there, or else it will not tighten up even, or straight. Take your spanner wrench, and tighten her up just like so. Well, we're pretty lucky it didn't hit the outside of the guard there, so, but we'll know when we fire that old booger up. Now most of them have a lock on them, such as the Makita. It's got a lock right here on the head. So whenever you're tightening this up, you mash that button down right there, you're able to spin this off if you needed to. But I do not see any type of lock on the Drillmaster. Actually, there's no way to lock to get this disc on and off, or get the nut that you put on the front that tightens it to get it off. So I guess, oh, there it is, folks, right before my nose. So there's your lock. You can spin this and take it right off. I was to say, that's kind of unusual. Shows you how often I use one, right? But you hold the lock down on the back side, and it'll come around until it locks, and you can tighten it right up. All right. Some of the things I do know about this old grinder. As you can see, I'll get you a good close-up of it. It's well abused and used. Kind of like me, all wore out and old. The guard's kind of all bent up. But after 3 years, what would you expect for $11.99? Now I'm gonna put some power to it. One of the first things you're gonna notice is that the cheaper tool from Harbor Freight has quite a bit of vibration to it. Lots of vibration. But, you know, when you pay $11.99 for something, it's not going to have a lot of engineering put into it. They just put these things together and throw them right out the door. But again, for daily use, non-commercial use, which is what I used it for, it'll do the job. It's pretty light, it's not heavy. I'm not sure how much it actually weighs, but if I compare it to the Makita, it's probably got a couple of pounds on it. But that would tell me that it's better designed and engineered a little differently. And if you know Makita, Makita's been around a long time. It stands up to its name. But yeah, folks, both of these purchased 3 years ago. This one has been used and abused. I've actually used it, built in 2 different houses, and did a lot of woodworking right here in the shop with it. And I'll show you some of the things I put on it. This is not one of them, of course, that I have used on it. This is actually a Lancelot, and it has 2 pieces like this. It has a chain, like a chainsaw chain, goes around the outer edges of it, and you put that on there, and this thing is used for carving wood and grinding big chunks of wood out of a log or something like that. But I don't have the complete setup here with me. This is another tool that's very, very helpful. This is a Holy Galahad. Now the Holy Galahad has a lot of little nipples on it. I'll try to get it where you can see it better. And it is for shaping wood or carving out, making carvings on wood and stuff like that. It's not for metal, it's for wood use only. But this is one of the tools that I used on this old grinder. Of course, concrete work. This is another woodworking tool. This thing will hog out different types of wood. It's very aggressive. It has these blades on it that you see right here. This will fit directly over that shaft. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 blades. And if you're going to use something like this, you better be hanging on to it. This thing will work that grinder. It probably weighs every bit of a pound to pound and a half by itself. So putting that on the end of that grinder really works it very, very hard. Of course, you're going to use your standard old grinding wheel. That's mostly what this tool was used for. And a knotty wire wheel, wire brush. This tool has seen a lot of that. We do a lot of woodworking. We have our own sawmill. So we're continually using these tools for doing work with those. And of course, you got another diamond turbo blade here that we used on it quite often. That's a 4.5 inch. So yeah, all of these were used on the Harbor Freight tool. Now they tell you not to take the guard off, but I do in certain cases. It's easier for me to work with it, but you have to be very, very careful when you do that, especially if you're running something like this, because if you get this on top of this and you got it hooked up and you get wrapped up in your clothes, get ready, because it's going to rip your shirt right off. I had that happen to me in one of my other videos, but that was of course with the Makita grinder. The Makita grinder, there was no stopping it. It jerked it out of my hand and flipped round and round and round until it tore the front of my shirt all to pieces and got part of my belly. This is another good tool that's used for carving out wood. You see all the little nipples or the little tits on the side of it? And it's kind of got a shape, bevel to it. That fits perfectly right on there as well. So guys, those are just some of the tools that I have worked this whole thing with. Now, after 3 years, I can honestly say that it is well worth the $11.99 that I paid for it. Somewhere between $10 and $13. Now today, they're not much higher. The last time I looked at Harbor Freight, sometimes you get them on special for $10.99 and $9.99 in some cases. You get a coupon, you get a discount. But this was only purchased at Harbor Freight. Again, it's a Drillmaster. 4.5-inch angle grinder. Now let's see what it says over here that maybe I didn't. 2-position auxiliary handle. We did discuss that. Aluminum gear housing. Pretty self-explanatory. You can see that. Grinding wheel sold separately. Well, we're aware of that. We know that. The part number is 69645 at Harbor Freight. I don't know if there's anything else inside here that would be interesting. Not really. But guys, yeah, not comparing apples to apples because these two are non-comparable. It'll get you by to get the job done. Inexpensive, cheap, not real high quality, but again, you get what you pay for. And this old Makita, day and night difference. I mean, you can tell it's a lot heavier. Use the same tools on this one as I used on the other one. It is though, let's see if it'll tell me. I don't see the ounce on this one. I do, 7.5 ounce. So there is a difference between these two. 120 volts. Size 4.5. Again, model number 9557NB. Day and night difference. If I was doing commercial work, I would have to go with Makita and pay the $70, $80, $90, $100, whatever it costs. I'm not sure today. This one is well over 6 or 7 years old, and it is still working its butt off. From backyard person, somebody that's non-commercial, it's the way to go. Not bad for the price, folks. Well, I hope you enjoyed the tool review. Most people come out and they put a video out as soon as they buy the tool. Just like, say for instance, if I went down to Harbor Freight today and bought this one, what good is a review if you're just going to show unboxing it, not being used? Time tells if a tool is worth what you pay for it. Not unboxing it and looking at it and not using it, that's not an honest review. That's not a fair review for the company that has manufactured that item. So myself, most of my reviews, you're going to find out, they come from tools that I purchased 1, 2, or 3 years ago, and I've either bought 1 or 2 of them and I kept one new one, or if I bought one and I see that, well, I'm going to buy another one, I'll go down to wherever the store's at and I'll purchase a second one, then I'll bring it out here and show you the original one. But there's nothing better than an honest review of a tool that you've actually been running for 2 or 3 years. That tells you the truth. Well guys, thumbs up, like and subscribe. Once you do that, we'll notify you of our future videos and you'll get to see what else we got out there. Now we've got a lot of different videos on our channels. from making moonshine to sawmills to water wheel drilling machines. We got a little bit of everything at this mom and pop shop. But we do appreciate it. When you hit that like, subscribe, it helps us get this channel get out there to other viewers that may not see it otherwise. Again, guys, thumbs up, like and subscribe. Thanks for watching.